What is up, my homies? This is the Real Logan podcast. I don't have Becky here today. My significant other, my other half. I have my other half in work here. Chris Breck. Chris Breck with assurance title, advantage title, charter title, all the titles.
Yep.
Tell us about yourself real quick.
My name's Chris Breck. I've been in the title business going on 22 years now.
Dang.
Father of 3,
Okay.
happily married,
Nice.
big outdoors guy.
Like it.
I like having fun
My man.
and making good friends.
Yeah, we do have a good time.
We met through work, but
We did.
we had a good time.
And we have a good time. Yeah, that's cool. So we're taking a different avenue today. Like I said before in previous episodes, we're going to start bringing in some guests. And we have a guest here. Like I said, it's Chris Breck. And we're going to just, quick rundown like title. You're a title guy. Maryland's a title state. A lot of people that come into Maryland, whether they're coming from, Midwest, West Coast, North, South, wherever. Some states are attorney states. Fairly similar. But it's one of those where with Maryland and the title state, I'm going to let you just get after it. Tell us.
All right, you want to talk about like Maryland compared to the rest of the country?
Yeah, for more like a title state versus an attorney state. For like, because a lot of our military couples and families, they come in from attorney states being down south, because a lot of southern states are attorney states. I think there's like 4 title states?
5. Really.
5 title states down south, which, hey, cool. But when they move up here and they're from an attorney state, it's like, hey, or from the West Coast, when do we close escrow?
Right.
I don't know, when the transaction's done and the broker and title company close it out.
Right. The way they do it in California is escrow.
Yeah.
Where you go into a contract, then you're in escrow. And title companies and escrow companies are separate. It's kind of...
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's paperwork company, money holding company.
Yep.
Yep.
And we do them both.
And that's the difference, essentially.
Maryland's not an attorney state. We do have attorneys at all the companies, but you don't have to work directly with some dude that's too busy to call you back. And
yeah,
we're more of a service-oriented company with attorneys there to support.
And real quick, real estate disclaimer, you can hire an attorney if you want to, but we have a title company do that work for you. So it's a matter of, do you want to pay a title company or... Cool. All right. So what are some main keys, some main key points that somebody coming from out of town?
Well, one of the big things is, and I don't want to like put anybody off from moving to Maryland because Maryland's a great state.
Yeah.
Great economy. You can go surfing and you can go skiing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got it all.
Yeah.
But we're also one of the more expensive closing cost state.
We are.
So making sure you're getting with your realtor and your lender, just get an idea of what it's actually going to cost you. Some people, you got to save, let's say 20% to buy a house. It's 20% plus closing costs. So just knowing what those are and knowing how to reduce them when you can. Yeah.
Now, that's one of those things we always go over with our clients too, whether they're selling or buying. We obviously, we as realtors can always estimate what they're going to get or what they're going to need. But, we have a close relationship with you guys to where we come straight to the source as far as like, hey, I need a net sheet for a seller so I can tell a seller what they're expecting, high, low, medium, worst case, best case scenario, or even like a buyer and be like, hey, look, I need estimated closing costs.
Yep.
Let me get a buyer sheet kind of thing.
Yeah, we got an app for that, man.
I love it.
Got to have an app.
Cool.
Another weird thing about Maryland, most other states, the seller pays for title insurance.
Yeah. Okay.
In Maryland, the buyer pays. So somebody might be relocating.
Yeah.
And like, why I got to pay title insurance twice? Well, it's just our rules around here. I mean, it's negotiable, but...
Yeah. Go into that a little bit more as far as like, how does that look outside into Maryland? Like, is there anything in detail there, or is it just like a hey?
Well, I mean, it makes sense to me. Like, you're selling this house, you're guaranteeing that you own it, and so the seller should pay. But Maryland, I think because the closing costs are already high, it's one of the ways that they can split them is they have the buyer pay it.
Okay, yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean, like you just said, I mean that would be a clutch move within like the whole process of like, hey, the seller is selling their house, and they should make sure that it's clean and equitable versus a buyer coming in to buy insurance and hoping for the best.
Right. Ben Franklin's greatest invention, title insurance.
I love it. That's great.
Yep.
All right, cool. What are some key points within title itself and the process of buying a home that somebody should be aware of. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hey, Mr. Realtor, I found you online. I don't know, but I heard I have to do this and I have to have this. And obviously I need a lender, but what else do I need? And then enter title.
We kind of already talked about it a little bit. You said escrow.
Yeah.
One of the functions we do serve is escrow. There's a lot of parties involved. Nobody knows each other. You need a trusted source for all the money. That's us. We also handle the closing itself.
Okay.
You're going to sign a big stack of papers when you buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
And you need the communication to understand what you're getting into, what this means, understanding your payment structure when things are due, just navigating all that. Because it's an overwhelming process. Like that's not a time where you want to be sitting there reading everything word for word. Somebody that can explain things clearly.
100%. I mean, like when you're getting your closing documents and a lender's like, hey, sign this online and get this ready, and all, like these majority of buyers are like, yeah, I hit the button and cool, I'm done. When do I show up or when do I get keys? I'm like, that wasn't just it. But to the point with the trusted company, I mean, we have a closer with you guys that like, no offense to the other closers, because we've had some good closers, but like our man Paul, like the guy goes through the package like for like A to Z,
right?
And it's one of those where it's like I typically before I would just hang out and then make sure, because like I knew the packet A to Z to a degree, but then here's Paul just like, here's this and here's that and here's that and here's that, and it's like if buying the house wasn't enough stress, now we're like settlement being data dumped on. It's like, and then Paul, the best part about Paul, if you have any questions, just call John.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, and I'll call Paul.
Right.
But that's great. I mean, it's a big thing as a trusted person, trusted individual company, making sure that somebody does find a trusted title company that is reputable and has that going on. You don't want to sit at closing. The worst horror stories I hear from like a lot of the relocation deals that we do from like the mailaways where, hey, how was closing? I guess it was cool. We met a notary at a Starbucks and that was about it.
Right.
I'm like, did they explain it to you? Like, not really.
No.
Cool. When you get to Maryland, if you need to, we're going to sit down. And if I need to, I'm going to bring a title guy in and we'll go over it.
There's a huge difference between a notary and a closer.
Exactly.
For sure. And it's part of our process. You have to communicate with people.
Yeah.
What's going on. And we have some docs that you can e-sign and people will fill it out and send it in, and we have to call them back like, are you sure? Like you.
Yeah, easily. 100%.
Yeah. The wrong title company just keeps it moving, follows it through.
Yeah.
They don't think ahead. They don't think how it's going to affect you.
No, and I think one of the things too is the difference between like, you guys and some other title companies around here versus like the fly-by-night title companies where like you guys make it more of a relationship in line with how the realtor makes it a relationship.
Yeah.
Not just here, sign this is what you do, show up, get out, bye.
Yeah. We try to make it more of a celebration.
Yeah.
We actually have a separate room just for the celebration.
Yeah, the VIP celebration room.
So we can go in and be here all stressed and sign, and then just go in here and let loose. Like we learned that to us it's transactional because we do, hundreds of these, but to some people, like this is maybe the one house they'll only.
It's the one and only home they'll ever buy in their life.
Right, and you got to make it a thing for them.
And they've made it to a point where they can buy that one and only home, and it is the best day ever.
Yeah.
And they want to remember it.
I love, that first-time home buyer that starts crying at the table. You know what I mean?
Dude, I love those.
It's.
I never thought I'd be here. I couldn't have done this without you guys. Us as far as that relationship, like coaching and mentoring them the whole way, and asking John title questions, but it's like I'm going to paraphrase everything because like this is how John operates. But it's like, hey, look, do I need to bring Chris in? Do I need to bring Deanna in? Do I need to bring Paul in real quick to make a phone call? And you guys can just be like, shh. And next thing you know, it's like, oh, well, why don't they just say that? Why does it have to be 7 paragraphs?
Right. And there's stuff we do that's not just part of the transaction. There's stuff that happens after you buy the house.
Yeah.
That a lot of people don't think about.
Like what?
Like the homestead tax credit.
That's a big one, yeah.
In Maryland, and other parts in the country, if it's your principal residence, you just get it.
Okay.
In Maryland, you have to apply for it.
State, I love it.
Right.
Because they apply for everything.
You do. And we found that like half the people just forget to do it.
Yeah.
So we do an annual review and we remind people. We make it really easy. We show them where to get the the number.
Yeah, I get the emails for Kiana about a month in from the anniversary date, and it's got the little hey, congratulations on your 1 year anniversary, and then at the bottom it's like, hey, look, they haven't applied for the homestead tax credit, so call them and forward this link to them and use it as a touch point.
Give them this information, like this is what they need to fill out the form.
Yeah,
just make it easy for people because it's it's overwhelming.
It is
for a lot of people
because you guys go over it at settlement, but it's not it's the last thing someone's thinking about.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to do this, but you can't do it now.
Right.
Okay, it's on my mind.
Right.
What do I need to do now?
We made that a part of the process. We were like, hey, make sure you do this, and then you're gonna get this letter in the mail. Make sure when you about 30 days later, you're gonna get this. Fill this application. They still just, I don't know, just put it on the side and forget about it. They put it off. It's over, or it's just overwhelming.
I think it's one of those where it's just like a data dumped at settlement.
I think so.
It's just one of those. Unless someone has that written down or they bust out their their calendar and their phone in the middle of settlement, maybe like, all right, it's from 60 days from the.
All right, you definitely get those type of buyers.
And those guys are, they don't. Hey, cool, I'm good.
Yeah.
Don't send me an email. I got it. Just make sure I get the right deed.
Yep. Yep.
All right, cool. Speaking of deeds, any kind of advice on what to look for? Since Maryland obviously is a different state with everything going on. Scams. How many? I won't say how many because I don't even want to ask that one. But as far as scam goes, what are some things that even a seller and a buyer should be looking out for as far as the scams, post-close, pre-close, things like that?
The scam business is real. We try not to scare people. We have a lot in place to make sure, we look for clues.
Yeah.
But there's some stuff that, the buyer and seller need to be vigilant about.
100%.
The biggest one during the process is the whole wiring
fraud.
funds, wire fraud. So this is when the buyer will get notification from the pirate.
Yeah. Okay.
and it looks like it's from you or from me or something, and it says, "Oh, hey, it's time to buy your house. Here's how much it is, and here's where you need to send it." And when the place they need to send it is the fraudulent account. So we tell people, you're going to get, as soon as you get under contract, you're going to get our wire instructions.
Yeah.
If anybody tells you these change, they're lying.
That's one of the things for my clients. I tell them, you get any kind of correspondence that says you need to wire money, call me.
Right.
I don't want this to be let me call that number at the bottom of this email. And it's like, oh yeah. I work with so-and-so. No, call me. Cause then I'm like, hey, Deanna, did we do this? No.
And the scammers are good.
Done.
They hack email. They'll make an email look like it's from me, from you. Like they take their signatures.
Yeah.
The
whole thing.
They're pretty good.
I mean, I just got one this morning. It wasn't so much like a wiring fraud, but it was just, I'm going to follow it with the actual homeowner. Cause I got some random message on my CRM this morning about how we've had these thanks to your reputable online presence, we are choosing you to sell 2 plots for us. Please review the property addresses and send us listing paperwork to sign.
Yeah.
No one in their right mind, from a seller standpoint, is going to look someone up online, not call them and interview them real quick and be like, hey, send me listing paperwork.
Yep. That's the second biggest scam we see is people pretending to be the owner.
Yeah. And vacant land's huge too.
Yeah. It's usually vacant.
Yeah. And that's one of those things too, from a vacant land standpoint. That's hard to it's not hard as long as you're vigilant and you do your due diligence as an agent. Random Zoom links that aren't even Zoom links,
right?
Phishing scams, things like that.
Yeah.
What's one of the biggest scams you've had in the last probably 2 or 3 years? We don't need to go into COVID because I don't even want to talk about how many scams probably happened during COVID.
No, we do see the wire fraud comes up a bit.
Yeah.
We're pretty on top of that, but we can only keep our emails safe.
I mean, you can only do so much. I mean, it's not like it's
yeah.
So
that one pops up. We at least once a month we do get a contract, and we're like, your seller doesn't own this.
Yeah,
you're getting wrapped up in something.
And that's just someone, probably an agent, just being hungry, being like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna do it,
just taking it. Yeah, and we get the fake buyers. So they're like,
what's all right?
So what's a fake buyer?
Yeah, I mean, I could hopefully put 2 and 2 together eventually, but tell me what happens here.
They'll go under contract, and let's say the deposit's $5,000.
Okay.
And they'll be like, "Oh, I accidentally sent you 14. Will you send me the difference?" And we're like, "No."
What do you mean 14? I have a record of what just came in.
Yeah.
And it was nothing.
But they want us to give them the difference. and then their check like bounces or whatever.
Can you give us the difference in a cashier's check?
Right, like something like that.
Can you Venmo me the difference?
So we right. Zell.
Dude, people are nuts. I mean, I get it. I mean, scams out there. People are terrible. They do terrible things to good people. Good people lose their shirts with this kind of stuff, and it's just
Those are the big three.
yeah.
And we've seen like I've had to go to court for like somebody that was like a family friend bought the house.
Yeah.
Usually it's like a foreclosure scam. They say, "Oh, I'll buy the house, you know, I'll pay off the mortgage. You can just pay me, and then you know I'll sell it back to you." But then they don't sell it back to them. They basically buy the house for the mortgage and then kick them out or try to.
That's terrible, man. Like how? I don't. Gosh, I don't know. I'm just one of those kind of persons that's just like I see the good in everybody, but like I know that's out there, so it's just like it's so like hard for me to be like, I can tell you need help. I don't know if this is the right kind of help you need.
Right.
Like, you might need to be locked up kind of help.
Right. So keep
That's horrible.
We got to keep an eye out for that. But we obviously we can't like step into a transaction and tell people they can't do something, but you have to just make sure people know
Okay.
what the ramifications are.
Okay. All right. So title versus escrow, scams, wire fraud. What's something else that someone should know about title in general?
You got to get title insurance, man.
Title insurance.
There's a lot, people try to save money.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that it's technically optional.
Yeah. Lender policies are not.
Lender policies are not.
Okay.
The buyer has to buy a policy for the lender
To protect the lender.
And really all that, and people think that protects them too.
No.
It doesn't.
It's lender only. It's lender policy. It says lender policy.
That just makes sure the lender can, get their money or foreclose on you if they have to.
Yeah.
It really doesn't do anything for you. But then it comes down to the buyer, the basic versus enhanced policy.
Owner's policy.
The owner's policy.
So basic versus enhanced. First off, tell us what title insurance is real quick.
Title insurance is a guarantee that you own this house. All mortgages, liens, encumbrances are clear.
Equitable title. Yep.
Yep. Marketable title. We
Yep.
call it.
Okay.
You could sell this one day if you had to.
Okay. So then from there, okay, enhanced versus basic.
So basic goes from the day of settlement back in time. Title insurance is the only insurance that kind of works backwards.
Yeah.
It's just making sure that, if there was an error in the land records, which can happen.
Yeah.
I
mean, we see all the time as far as like something wasn't recorded right, or when it was recorded, something was missing. That's, we need that.
Yep.
I think.
And if there is a claim, if something's wrong, title insurance covers the cost of the attorneys to defend it. 95% of like premium the underwriter premium goes to defending claims. And like it could be nobody's fault.
Yeah.
But like we have a claim right now. It's a legit claim. It's a neighborhood. When we do a search, we go back 60 years just to make sure everything was done right. That's like the requirement is.
Okay.
That there was, these legal descriptions made in like 1940 or something like that.
With all the random terms that.
Well, the terms are correct. They're just all connected to the wrong house.
Oof.
So this is an entire street where everybody owns the neighbor's house.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a mess.
Dudes just living, hanging out. All of a sudden, like 5 neighbors are like, hey, get out.
They'd all have to do it to each other. Maybe they could just slide down one.
Hey, by the way, this is my home.
But no, it's a mess.
Like I'm assuming that's like a random clerical error.
A random clerical error.
That just got overlooked.
This got overlooked for
how many years?
Until we saw it. Well, actually, we closed because we went back 60 years and everything looked fine.
Yeah.
So it was before that. So almost a 90-year-old error at this point. It is nuts.
But that fixes it, or it's going to. It's not going to fix it. It's not going to fix it.
It's going to pay to fix it.
But title insurance is going to pay to fix it, so a buyer's not, or a homeowner now is like not coming out of pocket,
right?
Thousands of dollars,
right? At least,
yeah. So homeowners, so title insurance essentially is an insurance policy that it's a one-time fee at settlement. One-time fee at settlement. Buyer pays. And they're protected in case something comes up. And typically the only time they're going to come up is if they're going to sell the house.
It could be, yeah.
Or if the neighbor's like, hey.
Stuff can pop up.
Yeah.
But
like the driveway situation you just gave me a little bit ago.
Yeah. Can we tell that story?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
We can. Because that's a messy one. And people are going to be like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Oh man, now you distracted me.
I'm sorry.
ADD.
It
kicking in.
happens.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah. We were talking about title insurance,
Yeah.
and we were talking about a claim.
Yep.
Um,
The house. Everybody owns one house.
Everybody owns the house to the left. Oh, you were talking. You said you were right. You paid for it once.
Yeah. Pay for it once.
It's good for literally forever.
Okay.
It's good for as long as you own your home or your heirs.
What if I move out and I sell the house? Then it's a new person's
New
problem.
person.
Okay.
New person needs a new policy. But if somebody inherits it, the policy continues.
Okay.
And it's a one-time fee.
Do I have to pay anything else during the process if we have any claims?
It depends.
Okay.
There's like enhanced policies do have some like something with a deductible on it.
Okay.
Which
I'm assuming would save somebody thousands of dollars versus
right.
a basic policy.
Right.
Okay.
Enhanced goes into the future.
Yeah.
Enhanced does cover post-policy forgery.
Okay.
So, the whole like
somebody goes in and tries to sell your house, like the whole scammy thing.
The whole title monitoring thing.
Yeah.
Like if you have an enhanced, you really don't need that.
Yeah.
Because you're already covered.
Okay.
It also goes up in value. So your policy is good for what you paid.
Yeah.
So you may get an insurance
a
policy
difference or something
for, you might buy your house for $350 and have a policy for $350, but when you discover the problem, your house is worth $5.
Okay.
But your policy is only going to give you
$350.
Okay. If you lost your house.
Got it.
It goes up to like 150% or something like that.
Losing your house. Wow.
Yes.
I always talk about that. It was like someone like loses their house. It's like someone's brother's cousin's uncle that no one knew about that like moved out to the mountains because they wanted to get away and it was too much for them. So they came home to find a development on the farm.
Yep.
And they're like, wait, why is their houses on my farm?
Right.
And it's like,
oh yeah.
It's like, oh, what do you mean? It's like, oh, you didn't know I'm so-and-so? I actually have right to all of this right now because I didn't know this was going on.
Undisclosed heirs. Yep. Yeah. Yep. That's a thing.
I always tell people that. It's like, why do I want to do that? Oh, one of the things as a realtor, I always tell people it's like fire insurance. It's like fire insurance, right?
Yeah.
It's like you might not need it. Obviously, these days, I mean, like the house fires are happening. It is what it is. But it was one of those where like it's like fire insurance. Like you might not need it, but when you're gonna need it, like you're gonna be glad you had it.
I don't think most people could afford to deal with a real claim.
No. So like fire insurance.
It's a prepaid attorney fee for the as long as you own that house.
Yep.
That's
crazy. Brothers, cousins, uncles, nephew came out of nowhere.
We've seen that. We had one with a guy, husband and wife selling a house. Mm-hmm. He just so happened to marry a woman with the same first name as his wife. But she was not, the Jane Smith.
Yeah, she wasn't the direct.
So the real seller never signed off. We found that once. That was fun.
I can imagine the work on that one.
Yeah. Well, you just write a check and say you're sorry.
Here's the easy way we're going to handle this. There's 35 houses on your property.
Yeah.
But guess what? Here's a check.
Right.
But I don't want the check. We're like, you have the money for the attorney fees for this one.
Luckily, it was only one house and not 35.
Well, I always joke with people, too, that want to go, like, always new builds. New build neighborhoods, farms, because a lot of farms in Maryland are getting turned around because farmers can't keep up with the cost of everything. So they're selling off to developers. And I always tell people that go into new build communities, yes, you want the enhanced because the last thing you want is someone coming out of, Appalachia being like,
"This is my land.
Hey, I'm back home. What happened here?"
Yeah.
And like Glen Burnie, like, to like 400 homes in that one neighborhood or 300 homes in that one neighborhood. Could you imagine someone being like, what happened to my farm?
Where's my pig pen? Like,
that's crazy. Well, that's cool. So title insurance carries that, helps that, obviously prior to, and then, future, anything else, issues.
I had something else on that and I lost it again.
That's all right, man.
I know. I'll just bring it up randomly later.
We can do that.
When it's off subject.
Yeah. All right, so we got. Go for it.
I got it. Buying new construction.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go for it.
So people think you even said, "Do I need title insurance if it's new?" Well,
always,
like you said, the land's not new.
Yeah.
And anybody who writes a legal description can make an error. Like,
correct.
There's been like horror stories of like people, like builders building the house on the wrong lot. That kind of
stuff. We met some bounds and it's like 4 feet off.
There's a bit of that. There's also Oh my gosh, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to focus?
Because it's just a chill environment. You're
It is.
just like
I'm just too
vegging. You're just
relaxed. I'm
vegging.
just too relaxed. Oh, mechanics liens. That's what I'm talking.
Well, go for it.
So that's when somebody's doing work on the house and you
Yeah.
and you don't pay them.
Yeah.
We have seen like builders like try to stiff somebody and then they just put a lien on like every house that they
Didn't
work
something
on.
big time happen up in like northern Baltimore County over the summer with that? Like some father and son were like,
I didn't hear
they
that
were
story.
just cranking out houses, but they weren't cranking out houses. They were just promising people houses.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't even a mechanics thing. That was just people scamming.
Right, but we have seen that where, working on a neighborhood that is, every house now has a lien because this guy was never paid. The guy that did the roof for the
Painter.
for the foundation or something.
Yeah. I could see that. I would hope as a developer or a builder, whatever, typically a developer, would have people do their work and pay them.
I would hope that too.
Not just be like, oh, I don't have the money yet. Haven't sold enough of these new homes to pay you.
Right.
It's like, well, you shouldn't have the money before you decided to do this.
It can happen.
Dang.
Can and does happen.
What'll happen to an owner then? Like, this is like they're responsible for it, or is it like, a herd of homeowners going to court and suing the developer or the builder or whoever?
I mean, yeah, you can if the developer still has money. Sometimes they go in bankruptcy and move to Florida.
Yeah, because everybody thinks they're going to be a developer. They touch one piece of land and they have a little bit of money.
So you could sue them to get it, but you still have to sue them. You still have to.
Yeah.
And then they have to have the money. What if they don't have any money? You get a judgment against somebody that owns nothing.
Hey,
so
all right.
What are you gonna do with that? Right.
Put it under your pillow and hope the tooth fairy brings you some cash.
The judgment fairy.
Right? Wish in one hand and in the other. See what happens first.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Liens on a new build. My Lord. All right. So title insurance, closing, scams. What else you think you got?
I wanted to talk to you about something.
Oh.
Because we do a lot of work with military.
Yeah.
So Maryland also has a very specific power of attorney.
Okay.
Power of attorney is when somebody else, like the wife, signs for the husband or whatever.
Okay.
A lot of people have military power of attorneys. If they're before a certain time, the state won't take them.
Okay.
You have to have a very specific.
Well, it's like a lot of the times, a lot of military members, because they have free legal typically on base or wherever, they can get like free discounted legal, and they're like, oh, here's a power of attorney.
And you might have one that says, oh, they can do anything, but if it's not like specifically say you can sell real estate, or buy,
and that's why we always tell people that like military members, we do a lot of military, and people, hey, I got a power of attorney. It's like, is it specific or is it general?
Just let me see.
It's like it's general. I'm like, well, we don't need that. We need a specific one for you to buy a house because how title works in Maryland. Yeah, that's a good one. I was going to ask you that too, is like as far as like military, like anything military that people would want to know, from tax breaks or anything like that coming into Maryland.
Well, they changed the disabled veteran tax credit.
Mm-hmm.
You can now get it before you buy the house.
Yeah. You
used to buy the house and then apply for it.
Yeah.
Now they have a system in place where you can do it.
Apply as you're going through the process.
And it's not that long.
No. I think we had one that happened it was either over the summer. They were doing it.
They put priority to the people that are buying, and usually get it about 2 weeks.
That's cool.
It used to take a lot longer.
I remember that because it was like one of those like 6 to 8 months later. It was like, hey, cool, I got this fat check, but like, yeah, well, that's your escrow. I mean,
yeah,
go buy a new furniture set, put the rest back in escrow.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, hey, look, it's more affordable now.
Yeah.
I can go off the bat. I can afford my estimated monthly because I know I'm getting this discount.
Yes.
Cool. That's real cool because that was a big thing for me as far as like trying to get my military members, whether they're 100% P&T and they're exempt 100%, or 50% disabled, or I think the lowest weighted one in the state is like anything over 40 or 70. I think it's 75%. There's like a 50% in Montgomery County. Frederick's got something, but yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Everything can be done at once then, and you have to stress about it. Because I had I had a guy a couple months ago. He bought a house, and he was like, "Hey, what I need to do?" I was like, "Well, one, you need to get you need to be a Maryland resident, or at least carry that license," because he didn't have a Maryland license. And Maryland was like, "Hey, we need to see that you're actually be living here." That was like the only caveat that was an issue. Like, we need to see that you're going to be living here as a permanent residence,
right?
And the license is going to be the big thing. Which he was. He was moving here to work, be a doctor, the whole thing. Welcome
to Maryland.
Cool. Yeah. All right, brother. Anything else?
Man, I don't know. Just
I mean, we could go into like, I know we could go on and on about what title does, how it does, closings, horror stories, all that. But mainly just trying to get the meat and potatoes real quick of title because I know you love doing title talks.
I love title.
The sad part about it is like title talks they can be very boring. But people need to know this during the most important transaction they're ever going to make because one mistake and they're out on their butt.
I think we can make title interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
I think this, it is not a very exciting.
No,
but we can condense the information enough and give it enough pizzazz.
100%.
That people understand, and that's really what that's my tip, I guess. Just communicate. Make sure you working with somebody that's going to explain things to you.
Yep.
Without over explaining.
Yeah, because once you get over explained, it's dead.
Yeah.
You're done. You're fried. You don't care. I don't. Whatever. Just, hey, realtor John, let me know what I need to do.
We chunk it down. Like these are the 3 things you got to do before closing.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about this now. Okay, closing's next week. Now let's talk about that.
Scheduling.
Okay. Now.
Yep.
Okay. Now that you're in the house, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
We kind of chunk it down.
And that's cool because a lot of companies never did that, and they typically think of it from an old school standpoint where it's just transactional. Where, like I said, you guys are making it more relational.
Yeah.
Where it's one of those where like it just stays on. So if they refi or buy another one, like, hey, who's that company I used when we bought? I want to use them again.
Right.
It was seamless, easy. I don't want to think about another title company. I want them again.
And that's a lot of excuse makers in this business will be like, well, they signed it. Whatever the form, like something will go wrong, and they're like, I didn't know. I'm like, well, they signed it.
Well, it's already there. It's done.
Dude, they signed it. I'm like, they should have read it. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but like, you got to explain stuff to people.
Yeah, and you guys are good like that.
We try to be.
Yeah, I mean, I found that you guys are doing like there's like probably 3 other companies, maybe 2 other companies, honestly, that I'm just like outside of the Advantage Insurance. Like you guys, you and the other 3 managing partners. I mean, the 4 of you guys together. I mean, you guys make these companies like the way you rock and roll with them are great.
Yeah,
Thank
you. And there's a lot of good companies in this.
100%.
There's more bad ones.
100%, and that's why it's hard to be like, hey, look. Do you have, hey, Mr. Realtor, I need a title company. Do you know anybody? Yeah, here's 4.
Here's 4. Yeah.
What do you want? Shop them.
Right.
Make sure it's the best deal. Make sure you feel comfortable. Make sure you feel comfortable that they're going to help explain to you how the transaction goes.
And I don't mind. So
you're good.
I don't know why I'm doing this now.
It's all good.
Talking. I'm grabbing my notes.
Okay, get your notes on.
I got all my points. I did it again. What were we just talking about?
The points?
No, you said something.
Oh, gosh. Oh, as far as like, those fly-by-night companies coming in and just being like, oh, we'll sign here, sign here, sign here. Where you guys are constantly just like, this is what you're signing. This is how you're signing. This is why you sign. This is when you need to sign.
I encourage people to shop around.
Yeah.
But don't just shop on price.
No. That's a big mistake because everybody right now wants to save a buck. And it's one of those where like you cut that corner, you're not saving anything if something happens.
Right. People will cut too far and just look at reviews, look at references.
Yes.
Like look at other stuff that they're doing, not just price.
Yeah. And that's a big thing for us is like everybody's like, hey, look, who's your title company? I'm like, well, we got a couple. I mean, which one do you want? Well, what's the one that you guys do? What's one do you do a lot of business with? I'm like, I mean, there's a couple, but like, we do, Assurance, Advantage, Universal. What's the other? My bad, dude. My bad. That's right. It's like CFPB watching this all of a sudden. I'm getting a letter in the mail. Maryland's summoning me.
Fine.
But we always make sure we our people, they find the best fit for them, because like you said, pricing, that's bad. Don't judge it on pricing. The review.
Not just pricing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You don't get raked over the coals, but don't.
100%. But like the reviews, ask friends.
Right.
Ask the realtor for companies. Ask obviously Google, ChatGPT for.
How convenient they're going to be when it comes to closing. Like you have to go to their office.
Yeah.
I
mean, yeah, we've had it to where like you guys go wherever we need you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you do a lot of military.
Yep.
We did a guy active duty in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I was like, we sure we can do that? Like,
I remember we had, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, they were in Spain, like the countryside of Spain or something like that. And they were telling us that they had to know because the way they were traveling, they had to know an exact date so they could they could go through the consulate.
Yep.
And it was like, I mean, we'll get you the packet, but you need to get it back to us. I think one of my favorite ones too, you guys actually did for our military members we had a guy, he was deployed to Kuwait.
I think I remember this.
He was deployed to Kuwait, did a lot of signal communication, did a lot of Zoom, FaceTime, whatever, just to make sure, like guys like sitting in his camis in like his little, makeshift hut hanging out in the desert, being like, all right, I got an appointment for the consulate. They're gonna fly me real quick so I can do this, and they'll fly me back.
I think I remember that one. I think like shipping the paperwork.
Oh yeah,
UPS. When do you think it's gonna get there? Like, I have no idea.
FedEx has got it.
He's in the middle of the desert. He'll get it when he gets it.
I mean, they found Tom Hanks in that movie. I'm sure they'll get your packet to you.
Yeah, pretty much.
But no, you guys are awesome like that with our clients. It's one of those things for our military members. We always make sure, like, if you're PCS and prior to selling, obviously, can you pre-sign? I don't want to pre-sign. I want to make sure everything's good to go. All right, cool. Remote signing or finding something like that. And even our buyers are like, hey, look, I'm not going to be there. Like, I'm not there yet. I can't be there yet.
Right.
Cool. Guess what? Give me an address. Print it out. We have a list of people that we can get a hold of to come meet you, run through the packet, briefly, and then when you need us, we're here for you.
Yeah, remote online closings, or Ron, remote online notarization.
Yeah,
closings are
they're
picking up. It's kind of like bank by bank. Sometimes you can sign a lot of the stuff up front, but there's some wet signature.
You still gotta have
So you have like a little condensed.
Well, I think it's great you guys do a remote thing, because a lot of people, they were afraid to do remote.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were, like, in my opinion, you guys were like one of the first in the area to be like, why not? Let's try it.
Let's go. Make it easy on them.
Boom, off the races.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else in your note card?
That's it, man.
You got it?
That's it.
Cool.
I just hope you and your listeners have a fabulous day.
You know what? I appreciate that.
Make good choices.
Make good choices. You heard it. Make good choices. That's great. All right, my homies. That was Title Talk with Chris Breck.
Title Talk.
I promise next week or next episode or whenever we feel we're going to have Becky back in the seat. She'll be back.
Sorry, guys.
She'll be back giving me the banter of, whatever she's going to give me banter for. And
give me the business.
Give me the business, and I'll enjoy it because, she's the best. Other than that, share, like, comment, question. And, if you have any questions about title after seeing this, or if you a few seconds of the clip and you have title questions, reach out to us and we can put you in contact with Chris.
Yeah. We're at closeassured.com.
At closeassured.com.
Close Assured.
Close Assured. God, that was real bad. I just straight like.
Well, I'm the one that came up with it, and I realized how confusing it is. But it was what was available.
It is what
Close
it is.
Assured, not Closed Assured.
And you guys have other social media platforms too. So, like, once we get all this rolling online and we rip it off for the internet, we'll get you guys tagged and collaborated and all that kind of stuff on it too. So your people can be like, oh wow, I follow a title company, but I don't know what the title company's for. I don't know. The face Google.
Hit me up.
All right, guys. Awesome. Thank you. See you next time.